passion. You need to love what you do. Entrepreneurs need to have clear financial goals.
They need to understand the level of risk that they're able to and comfortable with taking with that wealth.
Are you thinking about the great scheme of things, or are you just focused in the thick of the moment looking at your business?
And in order to understand what to do with all of this, the wealth they've created, the businesses they've formed, it's to understand what the purpose of all of this was.
Their income stream can be volatile from time to time. That's why they need wealth planning and investment solutions.
That really allows them to catapult onto the next stage.
I think it's important for entrepreneurs to realise that the two things are totally different.
When it comes to the investing, they are much more conservative because this is where they are less comfortable.
They have to understand what the long-term objectives are for their personal finances, which can be very different from what they're trying to achieve with the business.
And set different strategies and clearly defined goals for each of those buckets of wealth.
Be looking at the corporate structure that they have and making sure that it's packaged, efficient and ready for sale.
Clients are so focused on the actual sale of the business that they forget there's an entire consideration around how you receive that liquidity.
Thinking about what you want the future to look like and what is the best way of getting to that.
Because at the time of the exit, you're super busy, everybody's involved in getting the company prepared, you don't have time to get yourself prepared.
Our responsibility is to look at an individual, remove emotion from the equation, and then try to make sense of it. And I think often clients struggle to remove that emotional piece, which is where they enter trouble.
When a business sale is approaching, it's important for entrepreneurs to speak to wealth managers, lawyers, accountants.
A lack of planning is often a mistake we see entrepreneurs make.
Not paying enough attention to their personal finances.
Not having a clear plan.
Not taking the time in advance to think about what it is you want to achieve.
Understand truly what wealth means to you.
Now is the time to try and preserve some of that wealth and create a nest egg for their family, for the next generation.
36 months out, you need to be figuring out what you want the transaction to look like, what you want post-transaction to look like.
They need to have tax planning and estate planning in place well before any kind of exit or liquidity event.
If you have that right team around you, then it will make sure that nothing falls in between the cracks.
And that's where I think we can add a ton of value.
Action.
Sorry, what was the question?
I forgot now. Entrepreneurs have a... Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's do it again.
Can I do it again? Yeah, okay. Because the phrasing was slightly different.
Okay. Next. Okay, I'll come back to them.
I need to start again, sorry.
Sorry to say it again.
Is that okay? Great, thanks guys.